All right, I believe we are live. Welcome everyone to my Sunday live stream. My name is Noah. For any of you watching this back, this is something I'm going to try and do more often. It's incredibly uplifting. It's wonderful as far as passing some time on a Sunday, and it gives me a chance to connect and interact with anyone who follows my story, who is interested in checking in, who might possibly be going through something and wants to share. That's why we do this. Typically, it's just a Q&A style thing, and I find it very uplifting, very rewarding. So, if you are here for the first time and you have never actually participated in a live stream, then I recommend you do. It's a lot of fun. I think I need to fix something real quick here. Okay. I fixed it. All right, we have some people here, and I'm glad you guys are here. My intention is just to hang out and have fun and see what happens. I appreciate you guys supporting me. Nolan says hello. Hello, Nolan. Hello from Catherine. Hey, Noah, and my prayers for Miss Otson. Real life question. Do you guys find it valuable to say all of your names? Does it feel good to hear your names being read out loud? I kind of thought today I would do it different with putting the live chat on the screen so you guys who are watching this back, or maybe if you're just watching this in general, it's a little more fluid as to see what I'm talking about and who I'm talking with. I'd be curious to know what your feedback is on that one. Let me know if you like when I read your names. I certainly am happy to do it. I'm glad you guys are here. All right, I'll read names for now. Mima says, hi Noah, hi. Francis says hello, hi. RCIE7RT, Warrior, don't worry. You got this, your spirit is strong, thank you. Zombie Slayer says, you've got this, Noah. A combination of proper nutrition, stress relief, and potentially more chemo. Unfortunately, we will beat this. I appreciate the kind words. Brandon, hello from Brandon, Monique, and Greg. Hey guys, welcome. Nursey says yes, good morning, sending prayers from Kelsey and Nicole. Steve says hi. Nursey says Noah, thinking of you. Mary Avoso, hey, sending prayers from St. Augustine, Florida. Amazing. Katie says thank you for making these videos. They are helping so many out there. Sending prayers to you and your family. You've got this. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. Nolan says you're a warrior, bro. Keep it up. Thank you, Nolan. I appreciate that too. Tim says good evening. Good evening, Tim. If it's evening for you, I'd love to know where you're from. Francine says, I've been waiting for you to post to find out how your doctor appointment went, Noah. I'm trying to think which doctor's appointment you're referring to. I think I updated you guys on my last doctor's appointment already. I did meet with another couple of providers about some other stuff just to go over my RGCC test, but maybe I'll talk about that later. I have an appointment coming up, guys, this Tuesday with the surgeon who did my laparoscopic appointment 2 weeks ago. I'm healing up well, by the way. J2 says, hi, Noah, mate. You live right now? I am live right now, guys. 33 Cloudy says, hello. J2 says, sorry, I'm not so clued up. No, you're great. Farm Girl says, good afternoon, Noah. Long may you live. Prayers up. Yeah, here for as long as I can. That's for sure. Hopefully a long time. Gavin says, I'm here because I care. I believe that and I appreciate that. DNLGBY. Hello, warrior. We are with you always. Thank you. By the way, guys, please feel free to direct conversation. If there's a topic you'd like me to discuss or comment on, or a question you might have for me, or something you want to share about what's going on with you, I'm here for it. That sounds great. I think that's what these Sunday live streams are for in a lot of ways. So happy to read your guys' comments. Really happy you guys are here. I do have a pinned comment from my GoFundMe. I share that with as much humility as I can, because I know that many, if not all of you, have your own financial stressors. So I don't want you to take it in the spirit that it's not intended. It's there for those that have it on their heart and that want to support me even more than you already are by being here and taking time out of your day. It goes directly into my cancer fund to cover my treatments and the closing of my business and just financial stuff that will be harder to deal with without that aid. So that's what that is for. I also have channel memberships that I'm posting behind the scene videos every day. It's all in an attempt to earn as much income as I can to support my wife and I in this next uncertain year with chemo and surgeries and the closing of our business. So that's why we're doing that. And I'll try not to bring it up too often. I don't want to be distasteful about it, that's for sure. I also want to say that if you want to get your comment bumped to the very top of this live stream and have me read it immediately, then you can use the super chat function. It's fun, makes me feel great, and I definitely appreciate it. Not a requirement either. I'll be reading everyone's comment and doing my best to get to them as fast as I can. You guys have precious time on your hands on this Sunday. You're here with me. I want to honor and respect that. Disclaimer done. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate your guys' time. And let's see where we're at. Oh, and I'm going to read out any GoFundMe alerts that I get from you guys too. I should do that. I want to respect you guys and give you some love for being so kind to me. All right, where are we? From Scotland. Fiona says, hi, Noah from England. Hi, Fiona. Nurse Quippy, hi from Montreal. Canada, okay. I'm from Denmark, RC, amazing. J2 from Scotland here. Loch Ness represent, amazing. Francine, the last one. Yeah, I think that if Francine referring to my last doctor's appointment, I'll make a separate video about it, but we learned a lot. I'm finding that there's too much to share with you guys in any sort of organized way. I think that's probably why I wanted to start memberships, but I'm having trouble figuring out how to organize that information too. A lot is happening really, really fast, and my time availability at the moment to make and record videos just is what it is, so I do the best I can. Zombie says, I know you've got this. There's a 13-year-old out there that beat terminal brain cancer. If you didn't read about that story. Yeah, that's amazing. You know, I read about people overcoming cancer all the time, and it is uplifting, and it does matter to me, and I do really appreciate it sincerely. But it's not the be-all end-all for me as far as how I try to stabilize my mental health and my mood having stage 4 cancer, because I don't want to put pressure and expectations on anything to go any certain way in order for me to be happy, be at peace, be present, enjoy my life and all those things. But I love those stories. God bless that little girl. Kids that go through cancer are absolutely incredible. We have a super chat from Mark Visick, 7194, $20. Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate it. Hi, Big Noah. Hi, Noah. Big fan. Sending love and prayers. You're an inspiration to us all. We love you. Stay strong. That humbles me greatly. Thank you, Mark, for super chatting and for being here, for spending time with me, and for the kind words. It means a lot. One of the coolest things about being a YouTuber is being able to have experiences like that. So thank you very much. J2 says, good that you're healing. Thank you, J2. Tim says 6384. Oops, jumped around on me. This is where I gotta go fast. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can go fast. Tim says, I'm from Germany. My best Germany, my best. My dad had cancer and passed away in December. I'm sorry about your loss. And may your dad rest peacefully. I wish you the best in the world. Thank you. Nikki says, yay, Noah's live again. Hi, Noah. Hi, Nikki. Fighting for Catalonia. Love from Barcelona, or brother, shall I say Barcelona? One of my teachers at Portland State University, I believe she was from Barcelona, but she certainly was from España. Cindy says, here for you, Noah. Internet friends are real friends. Praying for you. Yeah, internet friends are real friends. When I first started my YouTube channel, I was in a deep depression. I made a video just saying, help, I'm alone, or at least I think I'm alone. I don't know what to do, and I don't know if I'll ever be okay. And someone on the internet left me a comment and said, hey, I've been depressed as well. Here's how I was thinking and feeling. These were my symptoms. And I remember reading that comment and realizing that I wasn't actually by myself, because there's a tremendously overwhelming sense personally that I am by myself when I'm going through something very difficult. Depression, addiction, now cancer, since I love to collect these experiences. Looks like we have another super chat from @DNLGBY, a $15 super chat. Next year I'm bench pressing with you. Remember my name, Daniel. Daniel, thank you for the super chat and for supporting the channel even extra. And I will remember your name, and you'll have to remind me that you left this comment if I can't remember. I love it. Thank you. Pink Rose says, good morning from a sunny California. Noah, do you have health insurance? Good morning, Pink Rose. I do have Oregon State health insurance. I qualified after a tough couple financial years, and I got it just in time for my last surgery. And I'm very grateful for that. It does cover the big medicine issues like chemo that's going to be coming up, and it's going to cover a big surgery, I think. So I got to make sure I renew in time. Davida says, Noah, I don't know how to tell you this, but there's a feeling in my gut that you will recover. I don't know how I can explain this, but I feel it. I appreciate that, and I won't hold you to it, but I hope you're right. I very much do. Alexander says, hi, Noah. Hey. Michael says, the best to you today, and the best to you too, sir. Thank you. J2 says, I donated. Thank you, J2. I really appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the GoFundMe. Yeah, I see you right there. It's very kind of you. Thank you very much. J2 says, just donated a bit. Bring it up as often as you want, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah, bringing up, being in a time of tremendous uncertainty and being in a time of tremendous financial strain, and figuring out how to tell like your YouTube audience or your local community that you are in this trouble and that you want their help in a way that doesn't seem disingenuous is definitely difficult. I'm willing to do it because I want to be a part of the solution, and part of the way I can help myself and my wife is to raise money. But it's a weird thing to do. So thank you for bearing with me as I try and do that here and there. It's deeply impactful. My treatments are roughly $1,500 to $1,800 a week right now. And then just groceries and life stuff. It just helps. Anyway, thank you, J2. At Trinity says, hi, happy to see you are doing great, as well as, oh my God, Jesus. Someone really just do $100? Jesus. Trinity Medical, hi, happy to see you are doing great, as well as your dad. Thank you, Trinity. I'm going to go ahead and pause and jump to a $100 super chat, which is just insane. Absolutely insane. Okay. At DR Credit 1, I was diagnosed stage 4 as well. I'm currently clean after pretty much the same things you do, plus a few extra things. This is helping a ton of people. If you could change anything you have done during this, what would it be? Wow. Well, I don't want to I don't want to downplay how huge of a donation that was and how big of a deal that is to me and my wife. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm so happy that you're currently clean. That's the dream for cancer patients like us. That's the hope. That's the want. That's the big ask. And it's incredible. Kind of makes me feel flushed with emotion. So I'm really happy for you. That's really, really great. And thank you for the kind words. As far as your question, if you could change anything you have done during this, what would it be? You know, I have a lot of thoughts about that. There's some things that I've been learning over the last couple months that have really put some things into perspective about how I responded to being diagnosed with stage 3 cancer back in December of 24, and the routes that I chose to take and the decisions I made. But to answer your question directly, and I'll probably just choose a couple examples, I don't think I chose the right chemotherapy protocol. I understand why I chose insulin potentiated therapy. Hindsight being 2020, and having learned a lot from a cancer consultant who specializes in advanced testing, treatment options for people with my type of cancer, who's just been a godsend. I look forward to sharing her with you guys when she's ready. She just wants to focus on me right now and getting me better, or at least doing our best effort to extend my time here in a thoughtful way. I don't think I chose the right chemotherapy protocol, and I wonder if a lot of you already could assume that. When I first was diagnosed, I had positive margins after my hemicolectomy surgery. So that means that when they cut out as much of my cancer as they could, because my cancer started in my appendix, it moved to my large intestine and it obstructed my small intestine. I had a big tumor in my large intestine, and they cut it out when I finally wound up being hospitalized for pain and inability to eat. And they removed, I want to say, like 60 lymph nodes in that time. And it was apparently a very aggressive extraction of nodes. They basically tried to take as many lymph nodes from the blood supply from the original cancer site as one could possibly imagine. And they did a really good job. But in those 60 lymph nodes, they did find 6 that were cancerous, which means that it spread beyond the original site, not just to the intestine, but now to my lymph nodes. And if it's in your lymphatic system, that tells us that it's going everywhere in your body. And to that effect, they weren't able to get positive margins, clear margins, meaning that of all the area they resected from my body, trying to help, that means that there were cancers among the edges. They found cancer on the edges. And chemotherapy was something I needed, and I was really, really scared of chemotherapy. And I still am working through a lot of fear about chemotherapy. And probably what I should have done was a stronger version of chemotherapy mixed with integrative things to synergize it and protect my immune system. But there was just so much we didn't know. And so I try not to live in anger about that, because I wasn't ready. It wasn't the right time. And insulin potentiated chemotherapy just made so much sense. I could go on and on and on about this. This is something I want to discuss more and break down further, probably in a regular video, but I suppose that would be the elephant in the room. And there's a lot of unfinished business there. For those of you that aren't aware, I will be starting chemotherapy, standard chemotherapy. We're hoping to make a case to start me at a slightly lower dose based on some labs and some genetic mutations that I have, such as the MTHFR, which just means that my body doesn't detox as well as some. But we'll talk about that in another video, and I don't want to live in regret. So I just wanted to give that $100 super chat a really patient response. Thank you again, DC Credit. That's really, really generous, and I really appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you. Let's keep going. Looks like we have another super chat. Amazing. Thank you. It says, "Hey, Noah, I'd like to buy you a smoothie." All right. I'm going to have to make a note that I use that for a smoothie. I'm a big proponent in honoring people's kindness in that way. That makes me laugh. I have a friend who gave me a New Seasons gift card, and part of my new protocol is to include wild fish, namely like mackerel, let's say, or salmon, even sardines, 2 to 3 times a week as my meat protein source. I'm not supposed to eat red meat or chicken or anything like that anymore. And he said, please use this for wild salmon. And I remember thinking, shit, now I have to absolutely use this for salmon. And I did. And I'm making a note to myself right now that I will use this very generous super chat for $9.99 super chat for a smoothie. Maybe I'll go later today and get one smoothie. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. It's also really funny. Cracks me up for some reason. Looks like we have another. Wait, what? You can do that? Okay, someone just did something really cool. I just don't know that I knew this was something you could do. I'm not even sure how to use it. At DNLGBY, which I think is someone we've already been chatting with. We have sent 5 big Noah Thomas gift memberships. How do I go to channel? Well, that's incredible. Memberships create residual income, which stabilizes my income, which stabilizes my ability to finance and think about my finances. Not to keep bringing that up, but I didn't know you could give memberships. I'm gonna have to quickly figure out how to give them away or how that works, and I will. That's badass. Thank you. That's crazy. That's really cool. I did not know that was a thing. Wow. That's badass. Okay. Thank you. I'll make a note. How do I use gifted memberships from a live stream donor? That's so cool. Looks like we have another super chat. You guys are crushing it. Thank you. It's so cool. J2 says, this to buy a straw for smoothie. Go to work now. Got to work now, but we'll check the stream later on. Stay strong. Amazing. Thank you. You guys have a great sense of humor and you're very generous. I appreciate all of you. Okay, I'm going to try to get back to our live stream questions now. Nurses hi from Montreal. Oh yeah, so we're there. Barcelona. Someone above mentioned recovery. There's nothing to see. Okay, J2 says, someone above has mentioned recovery, and as such, the way to look at it is this guy is as strong as they come and therefore is going to put up the best possible fight. I'm certainly going to try. Thank you. 74 says, sending you positive vibes from Cornwall, UK. That's amazing. Cindy says, you don't look or act sick. Stay strong. Not at this time. And I'm going to try to look and act as well as I actually feel for as long as I possibly can, and maybe for a very long time if we're blessed. It's probably one of the weirdest things about having stage 4 cancer. It's a surreal experience daily. It continues to be. But I imagine one of the weirdest things about it is that for right now, at the moment, I look and feel wonderful. I look wonderful. I feel normal. It's a strange thing because I have it's just a strange thing. All right. Oh no, I did the thing. Okay, sorry. Every now and again, as you guys see, the chat just disappears on me. Trinity says, by the way, I'm watching you from Tampa, Florida. Amazing. I've never been to Florida. Francine says, I'm so sorry you had to close your business. You will be back on top of your game very soon because you're going to beat this cancer. It's a kind sentiment. Thank you. I'm sorry too. I loved my CrossFit business, but it just wasn't meant to be right now. Just texting my wife real quick. Okay. DNLGBY says, you have no idea how profoundly beautiful your character is. You are someone worth looking up for a true model for everyone. If you say so, I appreciate it and I receive that compliment. I just want to look in the mirror at the end of the day, and I imagine most of us, I just want to look in the mirror and just be able to think, good job for today. I spent so many days and years, particularly when I was stuck in active addiction. I'm a recovering alcoholic, as some of you know. I remember waking up hungover every day, sick every day, no matter what I wanted. I was always drunk, and I would look in the mirror with vacant eyes every day, soulless, lost eyes, and I hated it. It broke my heart. It broke everyone's heart who cared about me. It made me feel sick in every way that I think someone can. So I definitely want to end my days and ultimately my life being mostly content and proud of how I try to behave and who I try to be and all those things. So thank you. I don't do it perfect, obviously, but I try really hard to be a good guy. Pink Roses, do you make a good amount of money on YouTube? Hopefully that helps. So I make, and I'll be very transparent, honesty and transparency is everything. I currently make on YouTube, and I'll look it up right now. I think I'm allowed to show whoever I want anything here. So in the last month, and it's been a really good month, I have made, in November, I made $1,300 on my main channel. In October last month, I made $821. And I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah. So I roughly make, let's just say between this, and I think that it kind of lends itself to occasionally like sponsorship opportunities, and a few people schedule with me to chat, which is something you can do. Probably make about $800 to $1,000 a month on this channel and about $1,000 on the other. So right now, presently, I'd say YouTube, I make about $2,000 a month, and I'm really, really grateful for that $2,000 a month. It goes a long way. It is not enough to cover my cancer treatments. That is a reality I've been facing. Does it cover my emotional and mental wants. I get to be covered in love and kindness and ideas and testimonies and connections with you guys every day. But that's about what it earns me right now financially. To be fair, I've never been great at the business side of YouTube. Every time I've really tried to work YouTube as a business, it just doesn't seem to work or feel right, or I don't know. It exposes a character defect or something. But live streaming and this stuff, this is fun. And you guys blessed me, so yeah. I have a live, another super chat from 3 Cloudy, a $9.99 super chat. Let me heart that. She says, you rock. Thank you. So do you. Very kind. I hope you're having your best possible day. And thank you for supporting me and my wife and the channel this way, being here, your finances. It's really nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. J2PEBW says, he's got youth, strong attitude, prayer, and physical strength in his corner. These all serve as a reserve in his battle. He starts from position of strength. Yeah, thank you. Practically speaking, and I don't know how we'll end up measuring this as far as how it played out. Only time will tell if we're looking back on my life after it's over, or as it draws to an end, or if I get to live for a long time. I have been told since my first surgery that while this is unfortunate, sure, being able to come at it from a space of relative youth, I was 37 when diagnosed, 38 now, from a quite high level fitness perspective, I'm very in shape, I'm quite strong, my VO2 max is really high, my mental and emotional health is pretty good. I don't have any comorbidity issues, like I don't have heart disease or anything else. It gives me a better chance to stay around and fight longer, so I'm glad for that. J2 says, my father-in-law literally just beat it, bone cancer that had spread. It does happen, amen, it sure does. Kirsten, hey Noah. Hi Kirsten, I hope you're having a good weekend with the kids. J2 says, but when push comes to shove, you can only do what can be done. That's all you can do. You can only do what you can do. Agreed. Amen to that. DW says, have you tried the ivermectin combo? I have. I absolutely have. And I intend to be on it going into chemo again. Everything I've read says it's very low risk and potentially high reward for synergizing chemotherapy and maybe protecting my immune system some. RN says, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you as well. Prayers for you and prayers back. Thank you for the prayers, all of you. I have become an unabashed prayer monger. I love prayer. I feel comfort knowing I'm being prayed over. I love praying for other people, and I'm learning how to do that better. It just is so comforting. That's all I can say. It's so comforting. And comfort is healing in that way. Pink Roses says, is your appetite still good? Yes, probably too good. Gina says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Gina. Michael, God bless you, and God bless you, Michael. Thank you. J2, P.S. Wear that wild hat behind you in the rack, the sun hat. God, I hope this doesn't sound cringy, but if someone sends a $20 super chat, I will wear that hat, that sun hat. I'll wear it for 20 minutes. I'll wear that sun hat for however many minutes the super chat is, but the super chat comment needs to say sun hat, so I know it has to do with that. And if that was in poor taste, say so, and I'll cut that shit out, because this isn't normal for me to do this. If I'm trying to make a game out of this, I am trying to fundraise and hang out with you guys and have fun. Lord. Zombie says, Zombie Slayer. Also, I don't know if you ever used the very powerful frequency meditation video I sent you, but it helps me every night. Yeah, you know what's weird is one of the things that's been happening, and I wonder if you guys have experienced this in general, is trying to parse through the messages and the emails and the comments and the feedback and every bit of input I'm getting from so many wonderful people is a bit overwhelming. And so I've had to, over the last year, set boundaries and try to understand how much can I ingest and actually apply before trying or looking into or thinking about new things is doing more harm than good, in that it's taking away from some foundational, fundamental aspect of trying to overcome or trying to keep at bay the cancer experience that I'm having. It's something I'm trying to figure out all the time. So the answer is no, I haven't looked into it, but sometimes those high frequency meditative things come across my way and I always look at them and I'm like, that makes sense. I should probably do that. But I think you guys understand. Thomas Colgan says, are you still sober? I am very much still sober and still mostly emotionally sober, in that I try and walk, talk, and act like I'm a sober person attempting to turn his will and his life over so that I don't end up living old behaviors, old thought patterns. Yes, I am still sober. I'm very thankful to be. I mean, I have drinking dreams sometimes. I did last night, ironically enough. Mark Barber says, hello, Noah from the UK. You done a very helpful video for me on intrusive thoughts. Thank you very much, and I wish you nothing but the best. I'm glad one of those videos helped. Just information I got and passed along, but I'm glad it helped. London says, London 20258. Greetings from London, Noah. You've got this, my friend. Stay strong and God bless. Thank you. Knowing people are like here hanging out from around the world is a very weird, bizarre experience in a really good way. It's pretty cool, so thank you. Sean Fuchs says, hi, Noah from Cape Town, South Africa. Speaking of which, and Africa is behind you in your recovery. Thank you. That's so crazy. I've actually been to South Africa, in the airport, that is, and it was a beautiful airport. I never got to explore the actual country, though. Max says, to elaborate on your point about feeling alone, in my worst anxiety OCD bouts, I know I'm not alone, but my brain will convince me I'm worse than others, even though I know it's not. I'm praying for you. Yeah, me too. Something I consistently need to work through. Thank you for the prayers. Legend says, hi from Romania. Did I answer that super chat? Oh, no, I didn't. Forgive me, Robert Carter. I didn't, I should have addressed that sooner. Robert Carter just did a $10 super chat, or €10 maybe super chat. Didn't include a question or a thought. I wonder if you meant to, my friend. Let me go try and find your name in the chat feed, and maybe you left it there. Thank you for your generosity and for supporting what we're trying to do here. I really appreciate it. Let's find you, Robert. Your name is Robert Carter. All right, guys, I'm going to scroll for a second and look for Robert. Robert says, sorry, it's only $13. Dude, $13 is incredible. If everyone, no, not going to finish that comment, but every little bit counts is what I was going to say. And it really adds up, and it makes a huge difference. So thank you. God, that's so wild that you would say sorry when you're paying to support me. And I'm just running my mouth. Thank you. Did you say anything else, Robert? Don't worry about it. Okay, we're live there. All right. Let me go back to where I was. Let me see if I can figure out where I was. 128 souls here with me today. It's amazing. I'm really happy you guys are here. It feels really good to be live with you guys and spend time with you this way. Different than a video in all the best ways. Hi from Romania, from Legend. Hi. Francine Greenway, your parents are the best, Noah. You are so lucky to have them. I am very, very blessed and very, very lucky to have such incredible parents. You are not wrong. Truly, truly. AATron, I think, or AATron, for all the pushback IPT got you were no evidence of disease at the end of it, which is the best you could have hoped for. I think so. Shouldn't regret it. Yeah, to give context to that comment, when I got out of the hospital and we were trying to figure out what to do about my chemo, when I was being encouraged by my naturopathic side of things and from the Western medicine side of things that I needed to do chemo, I did get ushered into the idea of doing insulin potentiated with a fair bit of confidence. Some MDs were recommending it. Some naturopaths were perfectly okay with it. I just don't think that it was done long enough, hard enough, or strong enough to ultimately be what I needed, but who knows? I did end up with some pretty good blood markers. I was able to get an NED from my surgical oncologist at OHSU. It just didn't stick, and obviously there was more going on. Yeah, it's an interesting thing, it's an interesting thing to think about. Ben says, keep going, dude. I will. Thank you, Ben. Okay, so it looks like people got gifted memberships, like they took the gifted memberships. I don't know how that works or if people just claim them, but welcome Susan, Miss Molly, Dave, Mom Sherry, and Wendy. Mom Sherry is what I want to say. To channel memberships. You're going to hear me talk about more stuff than you probably want to hear me talk about on there behind the scenes from my main videos. And you're really helping to support me. Thank you. Zombie Slayer says, I actually think you were misdiagnosed as having stage 3. In reality, you already had stage 4. I just didn't notice. Yeah, I don't know. J2 says, it's okay to be afraid of chemotherapy, man. What a completely understandable position. As you say, you weren't ready earlier. When you start standard, you're going to beast it. Thank you. Yeah, I got it in my head that chemo would kill me, and trying to decide when cancer or chemo would or whatever, how to stay safe on chemo, how to thread the needle with all the scary stories you hear, all the confounding information. It's just a lot for a mind that's not medically trained, It's just a lot. Tammy from Virginia says DT. Don't quite know the context of that, Tammy, but thank you. Nolan says, here we go. Nolan says, Lugal's iodine is a great detoxer. Thank you for the info. Tammy says, Dr. Seyfried, 40-year cancer researcher, is the expert to watch and research. He recommends ketogenic diet and ivermectin and fenbendazole. Amazing. Yeah, I follow a keto-adjacent diet. It's really close. And I really like Dr. Seyfried. And I'm glad men like him are out there. He was a big source of comfort for me and information. Marina, what are we saying here? Marina Kiel says, sorry I'm late. Don't be sorry, you're here now. Cindy Grimm says, you don't have to do a thing, Noah. The membership were already randomly given and received. Cool. Your favorite smoothie? Peanut butter and jelly smoothie for sure. Question from Debbie Bean. Zombie says, Zombie Slayer, Noah, when someone gives memberships, they are automatically given. You don't have to do a damn thing. That's so badass. Kirsten says, hope your day is well. Hope your wife stays also well. Thank you. I can't hang for long, unable to super chat, but I'm sure you will see these messages eventually. Stay strong. Yes, I try to see them all. Don't worry about the super chats. None of you worry about that stuff. Thank you to those that do it, but none of you should worry about it, obviously. Ultra Testosterone, what up, bras? What's up, dude? What do you think about an AI with TRT? If your T levels go to 1500 or so, but your TE ratio is like 20 plus, I would think an AI is unnecessary. Yeah, my opinion on aromatase inhibitors and or just, so I'm on really low dose TRT. I take a teeny tiny bit in my belly fat every day because I was diagnosed with hypogonadism a long time ago, many years. And I've always just been a big proponent of not adding more things to the mix if you can help it. So if you're at a lower body weight, if you're not a freaky high converter, you can increase your frequency of testosterone, and then you avoid unnecessary side effects. Nikita says, hi, Noah. You're in my prayers always. I've learned much from you. Well, thank you. I appreciate the kind words. I really do. Nolan says, nice. Awesome. Denise says, hi, Noah. Hi, Denise. Gina says, triple heart. Thank you, Gina. Yellow Roast 2 says, what is the name of your other channel? It's my channel I started with my dad. It's the Paul Thomas MD YouTube channel. Zombie Slayer, Noah, have you tried using hyperbaric oxygen chamber as part of your treatment for cancer? I have, and it's lately been on my mind to try again. Cancers thrive in a, what do they call it, an anaerobic environment. Cancers don't do well in a highly oxygenated environment. But there was a few people encouraging me to be careful, or telling me to be careful about hyperbaric stuff with my cancer when I was first diagnosed, and I was susceptible to a blow in the wind as far as what info I was receiving and how to deal with it. So I got scared. A common theme. Sun says, hi, Noah, you look and sound great. Thank you. Justin says, hey, handsome. Hey, Justin. Adam says, sorry to hear about your stage 4 diagnosis. Have doctors given you life expectancy? They haven't. And I try to stay away from that stuff right now. It's not good for me. Corita from Argentina. Quadruple heart. Thank you. And prayer hands. Prayers for you too. Thank you. Marina says, when is your birthday, Noah? My birthday is January 31st. Robert says, sorry, it's late. No, okay. Already read that. Man United, hope anchors the soul. Amen. Thank you for sharing that. Nola says, someone do it. I think it's referring to the offer to pay to have me wear that hat. Farm, I think I'm actually going to catch up with you guys. Let's go. It's really good for me. Farm girl, it's funny. If I had a spare 20, you'd be wearing that hat right now. No worries. There are better ways to spend your money. At Salim Farah says, I hope you get through this. Am I right that it didn't spread to your organs, which is a good thing, right? It's a really good thing for right now, for sure. And as of right now, no, my cancer hasn't spread to my organs. It's on my diaphragm and like streaks of plaque. It's on my peritoneum, which is like a sac that carries all the stuff in your stomach. And then they found streaks of it on my pelvis, urethra, bladder, and rectum. Troublesome, difficult, but better than on my organs at this time. And I will take the win because this is happening whether I get hyper anxious about it or not. This is happening. Man United says, hope anchors the soul. It does. Zach says, hey, Noah from Portland, Oregon, and I'm praying for you, a local guy. God bless you too. I'll take the prayers, and I hope you have a good, overcast Portland day, my friend. Thanks for being here. Pink Roses, when do you see your doctor to go over what's next? I see my doctor this coming Tuesday. I have a lot of doctor's appointments coming up, so I have This coming Tuesday, I see my surgical oncologist, Dr. Sood, at OHSU. And I then have a follow-up second opinion consult with Dr. Lowy from UCSD San Diego. He's a world expert in my situation from an oncological surgical perspective. He's someone I saw a couple weeks ago to get a second opinion, and then based on the MRI, or the CT scan, and I'll be getting another second opinion depending on the treatment plan that is presented to me Tuesday, which I am assuming is going to be chemo. And then I'll probably get a referral to an oncologist, and we're going to try to hunt down an oncologist who has some experience with peritoneal cancers and appendix cancers. And then I see Dr. Chen in Seattle a day later. And I'll do my best to document and share as much of this as I possibly can handle sharing. Debbie just gives hearts and prayers. Thank you, Debbie. I really appreciate it. Zach says, I hope you have a wonderful day. You too, Zach. Thank you. Jenny says, hi, Noah from Northern Ireland, sending love and healing prayers. Thank you. Prayer warriors make me feel great. I appreciate it. Intranet Khaled says, hi, Noah, you look exceptionally good tonight. Thank you. I appreciate it. Pink Roses, I'm glad you're feeling good and have an appetite. That's amazing. Yeah, not to be taken lightly. Me too. Hi, Noah from Amaya. Hi, Amaya. I hope you're well today. Mr. Reese says, hi, Noah, sending love from Australia. Thank you for the love, Mr. Reese. Zombie Slayer says, Noah, do you have a favorite movie? I think one of my favorite movies is Braveheart with Mel Gibson from, I want to say, the 90s. A more recent movie that's made me really, really happy is a movie called Cop Shop. But one of my best friends thinks it's terrible, and I think he's an idiot because it's so good. Amaya says, I'm in the hospital. Oh no, what are you in the hospital for, Amaya? Beruda says, these days you have to be intentional with positive content because there's so much triggering content on the web. Peace, laughter goes a long way. Prayers from Finland. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you do this, but I guard the content I ingest, and I curate it very carefully. I don't have the mental and emotional bandwidth to ingest almost anything that's negative or controversial. I don't like watching people fight or argue. I just have to be really careful. Like my emotions are going through a lot. I'm sure you guys can relate, and so I just try to be careful there for sure. Farm Girl says, smash that like button like it's Cancer's face. Thank you, Farm Girl. That's really nice. That's funny. We have another super chat. I believe it's in euros, $5.99 from Maximarius 1460. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Any advice on recovery from abdominal surgeries? And do you still have any discomfort from your surgery? Well, I suppose I do have some advice on that. I have now had 2 abdominal surgeries. I had a hemicolectomy back in December of 2024, a larger abdominal surgery where they removed a lot of my large intestine, 10 inches of my small intestine, and my appendix and such. It was laparoscopic, which is great, but it still took a while to recover from. And then recently I had another exploratory surgery 2 weeks ago, as of tomorrow, to kind of figure out where we're at now with everything. And yeah, my advice is just to walk and move as often and as much as you possibly can. I wonder if some people, after they have surgery, find themselves not engaging in much of any movement just because there is pain or there can be pain. And I'm someone who I have to move. I want to move. I'm inclined to move and exercise and breathe and stretch and move my limbs. Product of my upbringing, product of being a gym owner and someone who just loves fitness. So I think movement for me was really, really key. I found myself walking the hospital hallways moments and days after I had my surgery. And then on this most recent one, being careful, being mindful of my side, try not to lift too much weight, but just stay moving, eat as healthy as I can. And not that I've always done that perfect. And I imagine just try to stay calm and keep the inflammation down. Yeah, those are my suggestions. And I have minimal discomfort from my surgery. I kind of want to show you guys my stomach, but I don't need to. It's looking good. It's healing really well. And I did 1,000 box step-ups at a 1 foot box the day of my surgery this last time. So I think we as patients can get away with probably more than we think, but don't follow your doctor's advice on that one. Hooky dokie, where were we? Terry Wiley says, hi, Noah. Hi, Terry. Amaya says, hi, Noah. Hi, Amaya. Pink Roses says, do you have any phobias? I'm claustrophobic. I think I'm claustrophobic too. I'd say that's probably, if I had to pick a phobia and one that I can remember having issues with growing up, it would probably, be claustrophobia. When I was a kid, there's this place locally to me called the Enchanted Forest. It's like an outdoor theme amusement park. And there were these tunnels that would barely go under the street underground and pop out a different part of the park. Really mild tunnels as far as like a sense of danger for most kids. And I wouldn't go inside them. They would be disguised or placed inside of like a tree trunk. And you just crawl into the dark and you pop in, and I wouldn't go. So yeah, I get a little nervous when I'm on elevators. I think I'm a little claustrophobic. We have another $10 super chat from a very generous Aries on Fire 777. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. She says, the super chat says, Noah, have you looked into stem cell treatment? What if it may help you? It has been helping people with all kinds of things. It is the future for autism and many other conditions. Maybe research. Yeah. I'll write down stem cell and bring that by my consultant. Stem cell for cancer. Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. I did know that it was being used in the world of autism, and I do know about them, but I wouldn't know how to apply them in this situation or to what end. Something that comes up and something I think about often enough is that if I can just hang on as long as possible, who knows what cancer treatments or what things may or may not be available just around the river bend. And I don't hang my hat on that, because you guys have heard me say, and this is something I'll be saying out loud a lot, so I can just dig it in my head, but I'm not resigned to being okay only if my body ends up being okay. I want to be spiritually okay and emotionally okay no matter what happens. But I do believe that there's always hope, and there's always really, really brilliant, engaged, motivated people trying to find solutions for cancer patients like me and like many of us. So thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the great question. Mark says, I'm so inspired by your strength. I have dealt with severe anxiety, etc., that causes me to lose consciousness. And after losing my parents 2 years ago, after caring for them, it got really bad. Anxiety is the worst. I'm so sorry you're experiencing that. I'm sorry to all of you and any of us that are experiencing anxiety. Yeah, it's the worst. I hope you're finding support, my friend. Thanks for sharing. And may your parents rest easy. James McDonald says, peeps online will screw with your mind. Yeah, they will. Terry Wiley says, hope things go well for you. I found your channel through your dad's channel. I hope so too. I'm glad you're here. Rodrigo says, how much did you spend till now? Can you tell us? If you're asking how much I spent on cancer since I got cancer, I want to say 60 or 70 grand between traveling out of state to get out-of-state consulted treatment at the Nevada Center, to the integrative doctor that's not covered by insurance to help me with the metabolic side of things, to lost income and wages at my gym because I wasn't able to work it, and we started falling into debt, and I haven't been able to overcome that. I'd say 60 or 70K so far. Denise says, hello. Where did we go? Where did we go? Denise. Denise says, hello, Noah from Ohio. You look great. Continue prayers. Thank you, Denise. I appreciate it. Stop Cat Boy says, hi, Noah. Are you still in contact with receiving care from Dr. Schallenberger? Found his videos with you very informative. Yeah, they're on my team. They just filled a prescription or helped get one to me. I haven't had a formal medical meeting with Dr. Schallenberger in a long time, but he's there, and he's there for me if I need him. I've got some really good local people taking care of me right now. Music and Films, hi from Argentina. We're praying for you and your family. Thank you, Music and Films. I appreciate the prayers. Aries on Fire, dear Noah, how about stem cell treatment? What if it helps you? Yes, thank you for bringing that up again. Pink Roses, Noah, my family member has stage 4 colon cancer going through chemo and just had a bad taste in his mouth by others than that. But other than that, doing okay. I'll be praying for your dad, or your family member rather. I'll be open with you guys about how chemo impacts me in all the ways. And I hope everything goes as well as we could hope for. BRC says, hi Noah from Mexico City. Hola, bienvenidos. Hola, un placer verte. My Spanish isn't great, but I still got it. Death Candy says, hi from Greece. Hi from Greece. Thanks for being here. RC says, I think you missed my message, and I really want you to check it out. Check into it. Also, Noah, I wish I had a friend like you. You're so nice overall. I try to be. I'm not always nice, but I try to always be kind. Maybe I am always mostly nice. Oh God, that sounds like something someone would say who's not sure if they're mostly nice. I try to be as nice as I can be because I know how much it means to me when people at least try to be nice to me. We'll have to settle for being internet friends, all of us on here, eh? Which is a real thing too. Like, I'm a real person. I'm here. You're real people. You're there. We're together in this modern world the best way we can be. Molly says, happy Sunday from Daytona. Happy Sunday, Daytona. Florida, got it. Your Edgery says, hi from Portugal. Have faith in God, I do. Do what you can at a medical level, but never give up on God. Hug with lots of hope and strength. Amen. Yes, I will no longer be shy, though I don't want to be troublesome to others about my faith and how much it means to me. It means a lot to me. Melissa says, hi Noah from British Columbia. Hi Melissa. Olga says, have you looked into mistletoe treatment? Yes, my cancer doesn't respond to mistletoe. We tested for it. Thank you for bringing it up though. Molly gives prayer hands. Thank you, Molly. Robert Carter says, hi Noah from Northern England. Hey Robert, glad you're here. Jonah says, you still work out or exercise? Stay strong, brother. I work out and exercise every single day. Tammy from Virginia says, my Bill got their independent opinions. That saved his life. Got 3 independent opinions. I'm so glad. I really, really am. Kenny, you're up next. Awesome. To anyone else who's here on this live stream, how long has it been going now? We are almost an hour into it. Thank you for being here. I pinned a comment to my GoFundMe if you find it in your brain that you want to support me even more than you already are towards my cancer journey. And if you want to leave a super chat, support the channel, support my cancer treatments, and have your comment go to the top right away, that's an option for you. I'll try to get to everyone regardless. And I do have channel memberships and things like that. I share these ways to support me financially in the spirit of asking for and trying to receive help, but not in trying to gouge or manipulate or trick anyone, or make anyone think that there's anything wrong with just being here. Thank you for being here. And we'll let that be our last disclaimer for a while about the ways you can support me even more. Thank you so much. It means a lot. We've raised $181 on this chat revenue, and I'm grateful. I'm really, really grateful. Okay, where were we? Kenny Power says, keep your head up and enjoy the life you have, brother. I will, thank you. Happy Sally says, hi. Hi, Sally. Pink Roses, what's your favorite birthday meal? What comes to mind is a meal that's not really tough for me to eat. It's just like heavy. And in a lot of ways, my digestion has changed. But the Cheesecake Factory they're just fettuccine Alfredo with bread and maybe some shrimp and some cheesecake and an appetizer of like egg rolls. I don't know. Something naughty, something terrible for me on so many fronts. Probably that. Or, you know what pops in my head too? There's a local Italian restaurant that has what I think to be the best Hawaiian pizza in the world. I'm a Hawaiian pizza guy. I really like pineapple on my pizza. And then I cut fresh tomatoes and just blast them over the Hawaiian pizza. So it's like huge tomato Hawaiian pizza. So good. I'm all about that. Donna's praying for me. Thank you, Donna. RC says, she have amazing results with people. Good. Well, I slightly lost the context of that, but I'm glad. John says, God bless you from Detroit, Michigan. God bless you too. Thank you. Melissa, may God bless you with a great treatment result. Yeah, God's blessing me every single day, you guys. Thank you. BRC, what about to ask third opinion with Paul and Perth doctors? Yeah, it's been on my mind to get a third opinion. I'm going to make a note of that. Get a third opinion. Sometimes I get really good feedback from really, really smart, capable people that know a lot more than me, and I kind of freeze. But that's one that's come up multiple times, that I should be getting 4 or 5 different opinions, and I am prepared to, so thank you for that reminder. RC says, God bless. Nick Sonic says, hi from Portugal. Hey, so cool. Cheryl says, hey, friend with a heart, I'm also fighting peritoneal cancer, also in liver. I'm so very sorry. May your faith be a strong foundation for your mental and physical strength. With God, all things are possible. That's God's world. Amen to that. Sending you strength. There is a website for people like us who have the cancer that we have, specifically called pnppals.net. I'm going to put that in the chat right now. And I suggest, or at least let you know, that I checked it out and I had a meeting with a peer-to-peer mentor. It's free and it was really, really powerful. So I'm going to put the link to pnppals.net copy into the chat right now. And I hope if you need some extra support or whatever, want to join a group call, which I'll be joining soon. I think it's a Zoom meeting. It'll be there for you and you can. Okay. 1 second, guys. pnppals.net. Not secure? Oh. Hold on 1 second. pnppals.net. Can't find server. Well, I'm going to try to find this, try to add it to, maybe I'll post it as my dad. All right.
Everyone is talking about the...
Pardon the pause in the action there. So my dad's channel handle posted it per me. Okay. Thank you for that. Where were we? Martha says, blessings, Noah. You are my prayers. Thank you. Maria says, hello from New Hampshire. My grandmother was diagnosed with stage 4 terminal colon cancer and given only 3 months to live. Wow. Fast forward 14 years and she's still with us, cancer-free. Yeah, it's crazy. That's amazing. I'm going to admit something to you guys that I'm working on right now. But I have this wonderful wife. This is beautiful wife. Let me show you guys a picture of my beautiful wife. That's Jessie. Yeah, that's my wife, Jessie. And we go on walks every evening. We always went on walks, but now we're trying to include them from a cancer prevention or part of my cancer protocol, because you can lower your glucose levels by like 20 to 30% if you walk vigorously for 20 to 30 minutes after a meal. And sometimes I think I speak a little too freely about some of the things I'm thinking about my cancer, about how much time I have left, about what's going to happen. And I think perhaps too practically about her. I mean, I think very emotionally about her too, to be clear. But sometimes I think like really practically about her. And I'll say things like thinking about like her school. So she graduated from Oregon State University. She got her bachelor's. I'm so proud of her. She went back to school later in life, and she's making preparations for her next steps to work towards her being financially stable on her own. And I was talking about her school and about programs she might do. I don't want to mention them on here because she's very private, and I suppose I'm not certain she'd want me saying it anywhere, but she will be getting into some schooling. She'll be applying to some grad school type of thing or advanced training thing in January. And I remember we were talking about how happy I was, or we were, for her choice, because she's been considering med school, nursing school, PT school. She's a great student. And I said something to the effect of like, awesome, you're going to be able to make this much money for yourself. And that'll be great for you. And I was thinking the way she heard it, but I didn't think about how insensitive it might sound, because I think to myself, like I might not be around to support her and take care of her the ways that I think I'm supposed to, and the ways that I want to. And I guard her heart. I keep her heart and her head and her mind. I look after those things. That's my gift, my opportunity, my responsibility as her husband. But I also want to look after her practically. And so I've been worried about her financially without me. And I don't know how long I'll be around. Maybe it'll be quite a long time, but maybe it won't. And so I'm thinking about where she's at with her school, and I'm thinking about how much money she could earn if she did this. And she understood what I was doing. She heard it. And she knew that I was talking as if I was already gone, and wanting to just trying to sort out in my head that she'll be okay. I mean, she won't be okay in a lot of the immediate ways, but like, no, she'll be okay. If she can afford this, she can pay for the house. I won't be here to help. How can I save money or whatever? I'm talking too much about this because it's fresh and I haven't really figured out how I feel about it all. But she just started crying. Because she understood I was speaking like I was already gone. And I need to be more careful with that. And I will be more careful with that. Because I don't know the date and time. I don't know what's going to happen. And I may get a little too swept away in what I do know about how things mostly go for people with stage 4. But I want to be more delicate and more careful for my wife. Yeah. What brought that on? Something just triggered that little excursion in my mind. Yeah. Maria telling a wonderful story about making it 14 years, her grandma 14 years later. I just would be so delighted if I was here in 14 years. Even if deep down I don't really think that's going to happen. I'm not certain, and I reserve the right to be wrong about that. It's really special. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm not sure how that was received. Cheryl says, keep fighting while we all keep praying. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Goldilocks says, been following you from the UK, sending you love and positive vibrations. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Zombie says, you're always going to have friends that think a movie you love is terrible. But those are good friends. True, right? Got to be able to tell people what you actually think. Megan says, hi, Noah. Hi, Megan. Robert says, thank you for your video about rumination, sending good energy your way. You're very welcome. Sending good energy back. The Man Invisible says hello. Hello. Michelle Brexon says, hi, Noah. Love here from Denmark. Always thinking of you and your family. Big hug and prayers your way. Thank you. Trinity says, how long has it been since you have been with your cancer journey? Coming up on a year. I was like being hospitalized. A year from now, or a year ago now, I was having severe stomach issues. I'd been having stomach issues for many years, but they'd gotten so severe that every time I would eat, I would essentially get a small fever. I would have excruciating pain like gas was being trapped and couldn't release, which wound up being the case because my small bowel was obstructing because of a big tumor in my large intestine. And I wound up being hospitalized and urgent surgery in mid-December. Wawaxakali. Boy, I didn't do that right. Hey, I didn't see you for months. How things going? Love from Somalia. Love from Somalia. We'll love right back to you. You know, things mentally and emotionally and spiritually are going great. Having some physical difficulties, of course, with the cancer thing. I hope you're well. Big Oswell. I'm definitely a hypochondriac to a point where I go to my doctor way too often after a melanoma diagnosis in my 20s. What advice would you have for people who can't tell if something's wrong or not? I would say that make sure that there are people in your life. Well, let me speak for myself. I focus on surrounding myself with people that, one, have my best interest in mind, and two, can help me reality test. Is this true? Can I prove it? Do I know if what I'm thinking is being based in reality or based in fear? And then, a big lesson that this whole thing has taught me is that it's all right to advocate for yourself and to want to get checked out extra, That's what pops into my head. Kanwar Anand says, does alcoholism add to your percent chances of this specific cancer, even though it was in the past? Sorry if it's insensitive. No, don't be sorry. And I don't believe so. I don't think my alcoholism helped once my appendix cancer moved to my large intestine and like a tumor started forming. Because cancer thrives on inflammation. And obviously I was very inflamed when I was getting drunk every night. But with the rarity of my cancer, I've heard 1 in a million, but I think Paul in Perth educated me that's not quite that frequent, or infrequent. I don't think it's something that alcohol created. Nolan says, Lugol's iodine can get rid of nodules in the thyroid and breast. If the nodule gets hyperplastic or turns into cancer, iodine can help fight it. Don't know if it can cure it. Well, I appreciate you sharing. Stop Cat Boy says, thank you for answering. Just realized my kids changed my screen name and picture, so that's great. That is great. Oops, I just got... Where were we? Thank you for answering. Kim says, hi from Mississippi. Hi, Kim. Nolan says, just some info from Dr. David Brownstein. The cancer you're dealing with is a different one, but just thought I'd share. Yeah, keep sharing. I mean, that's what this is, so thank you. Do you have any siblings? I have 2 blood siblings, and I have 4 adopted siblings. Nolan says, an iodine deficiency is biggie today. That's why it's flown under the radar. Awesome. Megan says, pineapple on pizza. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, Megan. I don't understand how people could not like pineapple on pizza. Sweet and savory is... it's really freaking good, man. Oh, no. Drive safe. My wife is on the way home, so I'll probably be wrapping this thing up pretty soon here. This has been great. I really appreciated it. Adrian says, do you believe in Jesus, Noah? I sure do. Waywack says, I just have a feeling you'll be 100% fine, and think you will. I'll take that good feeling. Thank you. DNLGBY, keep doing lives like this. The wisdom of the crowd is a powerful force. It sure is. And don't hold yourself back from using it. AI, and it's growing and evolving at an exponential pace. Greetings from Israel. Thank you. Our geckos. Aloha, Noah. Aloha, Noah. Aloha. Hi, Noah. You have a great support group and have explored many different medical options. Stay strong and wishing you the best outcome. Thank you, David. Harry says, I hope that this is not inappropriate of me to ask. I was just wondering if your dad is okay health-wise because I thought he had lost some weight. We hope Dr. Paul is okay too. Yeah, my dad's okay. He's been open, not as open as I've been, but he has been open that my dad, Dr. Paul, has stage 2 cancer, we believe, in his prostate. He's doing his best to manage it and make some big decisions. His spirit is ever so wonderful. And physically, he's doing all right. He's keeping a close eye on it. RC says, it is very weird. 2 times I typed about a woman who has amazing protocol, but it doesn't show up on your chat. Maybe it's because I type her IG and website. Maybe so. I'm not sure what the policies are on here, what comments they'll let you post or not post, especially when it comes to alternative treatments, repurposed medications, directing people off the site. I don't know. I just don't know. Is there anywhere I can write to you besides here? You know, I appreciate it. I think I'm all right. I hope you don't take that personal. I have my business email, which is in the video description, but it's meant to be for business inquiries. I suppose you could send it there if you're really passionate about doing so. I have a lot of information already on my hands. Heart from Gina. Lucy reads, what is the GoFundMe for? My GoFundMe, which is the pinned comment at the top, is to help cover non-covered medical expenses and lost wages for work due to cancer. My business is closing due to its falling into hard times since I've been diagnosed. I'm going to have surgeries and chemo coming up, and my treatments outside of the traditional chemo add up to be about $1,000 to $2,000 a week right now. And so it just helps me pay for that, pay for bills, pay for groceries, things like that, supplements, while we try to work through this. Zombie says, if you want some stress relief advice, I would recommend watching your favorite movie, cartoon or playing your favorite video game if you have one. Cancer is linked to stress. Yeah, isn't that, it's so true. It's one of the early things that I was told when I was diagnosed. They're like, hey, it's important that you don't have any stress right now, or you work on your stress. Cancer thrives on stress. So talk about a tough proposition, especially early on. R3 geckos. Like I mentioned in many comments, remember to take it one day at a time. I have stage 4B metastatic abdominal stromal carcinoma, and I am still here and have been for 31 years. I know, wow. Yeah, God, you're one of my favorites. Thank you for, I think you said the same exact thing either in a comment or last week's live stream. I really appreciate it. It's important information for me not to be, to not ignore. There is power in the tongue. Stay positive and believe in God's healing power. Amen. There sure is, and I try to stay on top of that. There's Johnson, or Therese Johnson. Hi, Noah, sending love from Kentucky. I'm battling stage 3 lung cancer. I know the battle is hard. I've been keto, 20 carbs per day for over a year, and it's really helping. Stay strong on your diet. Good for you. Thank you for the encouragement there. Maya, which is my mom. Hey, love your live stream. So proud of you. Love, Mama. Thank you, Mama. Guys, shower my mom, Maya, with lots of love, please, if you would. It means a lot to me. She's been like a mom to me. Sun Shower says, I'm thinking of you, Noah, and I'm praying for you. I love you, bro. Thank you, Sun Showers. I appreciate it. Trinity says, be positive. You will still be here. Thank you. Cheryl Dickerson, hey, Noah, stay strong and keep your faith. We have friends who beat pancreatic cancer, and 3 years later, she's still cancer-free. Incredible. Thank you. Cindy Grimm says, it's good to talk it all out, Noah. We are here to listen. Thank you, Cindy. Fort Worth, hi from Texas. None of us know when our time comes. Amen. Take care. Megan Walsh, do you and your wife have any Christmas traditions? The fact that I have to think about this makes me think we don't. I mean, we love to get together. I think Christmas night we'll watch like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's a Christmas tradition. Eat more naughty food than we're supposed to, but that's more just like a tradition. Thanks for asking. Olga says, are you getting any acupuncture and cranberries pomegranates as per Dr. William Lee's recommendation? I am currently not, no, but thank you for sharing. Kiwi reacts, what's up, brother? I've been following your dad since my baby boy was born. Got into fights with so many pediatricians, vaccine arguments, LOL. Yeah, then you found the right guy, my dad. Zombie says, you have plenty of time to beat this. Your cancer isn't allowing you not to eat food, which is good. True. Occasional Lutaku, sending you positive energies and well wishes from Australia. Thank you. Shirley974. Hi. Hi, Shirley. Naomi says hi from Vancouver, sending love and prayers. Thank you, Naomi. Sun Showers, whenever you're down, please feel free to message me. I will always be here for you, my bro. It's the least I can do for you. Thank you, Sun Showers. Dr. says, hi, Noah, hope you're okay. Do you think cancer could be from repressed emotions or not living to your true self? Not exactly, but I do think that those things lead to stress, which leads to poor immune system. So indirectly, but directly, if you know what I mean. Sandra says, hey, Noah, thought of you when my cat woke me up at 4 a.m. Early Sunday mornings are so peaceful. Yes, they are. Thank you for thinking of me. I think this means you're a channel member with that little blue star. So thank you for supporting memberships and supporting me extra. Big so well. Thank you for the advice. I feel like I've been stuck in a loop. I don't know if you experienced something similar or not. It isn't fun, but I'm hopeful for a light at the end of the tunnel. If you're referring to a thought loop, then yeah, I experience them all the time. I just seem to do pretty well these days at letting my brain do whatever it needs to do. I'm a big proponent of separating brain and mind. It's like I am the mind. My brain are like the thoughts that I can't control, influence but not control necessarily. So when my brain's freaking out, I just trust that it's doing the best it can and that there's a reason it's freaking out. It thinks it has to. Maria says, hi, Noah. If Paul in Perth can do it, you can do it. He's living his bonus life. Yes, he is. A mentor and someone I look up to. Megan says, I'm reading the book Radical Remission. It's filled with stories of hope and insight of things that are in your personal control. Mix of conventional and holistic methods, just in case you're into reading. Yeah, that's amazing. Hi from Philly, just hanging out and wishing you well. Thank you for hanging out. It's Sunday. There's 120 people right now choosing to spend a minute with me. For anyone who's here, I am catching up on comments. Thank you for being here. If you've never participated in a live stream, it can be fun. It can feel good. I'll read your name. I'll answer your question or read out your words either way. It's nothing to be scared of or anything like that. So, yeah. I'm glad you guys are here. I think I'll probably keep this going for another 10 minutes. I'm going to try to do one last little fundraiser thing here. Please don't take that personal, guys. I clearly am insecure to a degree about it. But I'm going to hit this goal button because I've never done this before. And I'm going to put 10 super chats as my goal amount. And we'll set the goal for them to be $10 or higher, and we'll set the timer to be 30 minutes. And if we can get 10 super chats of $10 or higher, what should it says I'll do, like how I'll celebrate. Well, I will go put on the Hawaiian hat, which I don't think any of you necessarily care about, but someone brought it up before, and I will extend this live stream by an additional 15 minutes. And I'll probably put some thought into this in advance next time to see what way we can celebrate the fundraiser that actually would be more interesting or amusing to you. Maybe it'd be like, I'll call my mom. That's what I'm going to do. I will FaceTime my mom into the live stream for 5 to 10 minutes. All right, we're going to try that. Hey! It's so funny. Oh, Lord. So, yeah. Do you guys even see when I set a goal? Yeah. Goal created. Noah just started a goal. 10 yellow super chats. I will FaceTime my mom into the live stream. Oops. Oh. God help me to be humble. God help me to be pure of heart. I'll stay focused now. I have so many conversations with myself about being like ethical and being sincere and genuine, but also taking whatever pride I need to try to engage with you guys and leverage you guys for help and support. It's weird. I keep bringing it up because it makes me insecure. Anyway, please just hang out if all of that is not your cup of tea. I'm so glad you're here. And I better double check with my mom that she'll hop in, but I know my mom, she will. All right. We did get a super chat, so we're one in. Our three geckos, thank you for the $10 super chat. It says, it's all in God's hands. Aloha from Hawaii. Lisa, thank you. I think, are you the Lisa that I've met before? Lisa? What does grifting mean? I was figuring I'd get a comment from someone that wouldn't appreciate me trying to raise money. What is grifting? Grifting means getting money, sympathy, or support for people in a dishonest, manipulative, or exploitative way. Yeah, I know some people. It's a weird thing. I hear you. If this is grifting, I will pray about it. I will make sure it doesn't happen. But I don't think it is. But we'll see. When I learn how I process this, I am going to probably exclude this person from our channel and put him in timeout. Yeah, I'm going to hide this person. I don't trust that person is saying that with good intentions. Okay, let's stay focused though. A lot of positivity, a lot of kindness on here. That's where I want to put my head. That's where I want to put my heart. Okay, I know I thought Big So Well, thank you for the advice. I feel like, yeah. Maria says, hi, Noah. Yes, bonus. Oh, so yeah, Megan Walsh brought up reading the book Radical Remission. This is actually a book that I've read, and I really... Oops. And I really like this book. And it brought me a lot of comfort and a lot of support when I was early in my treatment, and I'll probably read it again. Basically, every morning I wake up and I try to ingest... as much of that energy, that juju as I can. So I'm re-listening to How to Starve Your Cancer, and I'm going to re-listen to Radical Remission as well. Just keep your head focused every day to recenter, center on God, focus on education, focus on hope. Where are we? PS says, hi from Philly. Just hanging out and wishing you well. Thank you. I appreciate it. John's Journey. Hi, Noah. Hey, John. Nikki says, I'm not sure if you've ever mentioned making any merch, possibly. Yeah, that's something that's always been on my mind. I would love to have some merch. I would love to have something physical that people could have for their support. So thanks for bringing that up. Pink Roses, love pepperoni pizza with pineapple and crushed red pepper flakes. Yeah, I've done that before too. Ooh, minus the red pepper flakes. Pink Roses says, nice to see you on here today. Good to be seen. Thank you. BRC says, Noah at UNAM Mexico, scientists created GK1 molecule anti-cancer. Please investigate more. GK1 molecule anti-cancer. GK1 molecule anti-cancer. Thank you. I will. Zombie says, if you have a way to play it, I would recommend the brand new video game Where the Winds Meet. Don't worry, you don't have to pay for a single thing. The game is free. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for that. PS says, hi Maya, thinking of you. With a heart, thank you. Hi Maya from John. Anna says, did you hear about Caroline Kennedy's daughter? Has months to live. AMLA, pray for her. I hadn't heard about that. I'll pray for her right now. Mark says, hey Noah, hey Mark. DMSO and M83, look it up, my man. Yes, on my radar already. Thank you. Megan Walsh says, heading off. All the best, Noah. Have a lovely week ahead. You too. RCIE says, this was what I was allowed to type without YouTube deleting it. Thank you. Zombie says, no, are you excited for Avatar Fire and Water? Or no, Fire and Earth? Fire and Ash. I never even saw the Avatar movie with the water. So I suppose, in all honesty, I'm not particularly excited. I'm just not excited. I'm neutral. I should check out the water one. I really love the original, though. Big says, ooh, we got a super chat. Thank you, guys. I'm going to finish this one. Big says, I appreciate the mind comment. I have similar feelings. I meant more like experiences with over-checking things and bouncing back and forth between doctors and nothing to be found in that loop. Yeah, I appreciate you clarifying naturally. Thank you for clarifying. Creative Kaylin with an €11.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Hi Noah, my name is Sierra from Ireland. My brother and I pray for the rosary for you regularly. Saint Padre Pio says, pray, hope, and don't worry. Yeah, this is a big part of my mantra. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for blessing me with your time, your prayers, and your finances. It's really nice of you. I really appreciate it. I'm always praying. I'm always praying. I pray all the time. I wake up in the middle of the night. Jesus. Excuse me. Forgive me for saying that out loud. Wow. Yeah, I wake up in the middle of the night when I get nervous or my thoughts go in, I don't know, just bad places and morbid places. And I will literally sing Jesus Loves Me, a childhood song that I heard in church and in Sunday school growing up. Always praying. Thank you. And we just got, wow, we just got $100. We just got $100 super chat from Aries on Fire 777, which means that we absolutely met the hope and the goal to call my mom. Call mom. I'll text her, see if she'll get in, hang out with us for a little bit. Thank you for that. That's crazy. Aries says, you and yours are good people. You are a real life coach for so many years now, and your dad's book helped me greatly to choose wisely for vaccines. Your family went through so much hardship for the last several years. I wish you and your dad success in this battle. Thank you, Aries on Fire. Kind words, incredible generosity. I will put these resources to good use. They are helping me get my year in order with my wife and myself and my medical stuff. And I don't take it lightly. I keep saying it because I don't. So thank you. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Hi, sweetheart.
You're recording.
Do you want to come say hi real quick or no?
Sure.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect her to say yes to this. So my wife is here. This is Jessie. Everyone say hi. I
do exist.
She exists. Yeah, this is the reason I get up in the morning. This is the reason I want to stick around as long as possible. This is my best friend. And I'm glad you guys could actually see her face. How was breakfast?
Really good.
Was it really good?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Look, now this is what they're seeing.
That's funny. All right.
All right, I love you.
Okay, your food's downstairs.
Thank you. What are you doing right now?
Just putting the laundry away.
Amazing. I am going to be probably done in 15 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
Love you.
Okay. Love you.
That was badass that she just showed up. That's cool. All right. Let me text my mom. Mom, would you be comfortable jumping on a FaceTime call in about 5 to 10 minutes? I set a goal for $10 super chats, and someone dropped a $12 euro and then a $100 super chat, which is awesome. And I'd love for you to say hi to everyone if you're comfortable, period. Please let me know if you're not. I'll call you if you are. Mercy. All right, where were we? Love pepperoni pizza with pineapple and crushed red pepper flakes. Pink Roses, nice to see you today. Noah, oh yeah. Zombie, thank you for the game recognition. Hi Maya, love to Maya. TMSO. Megan says, heading off, all the best, Noah. Have a lovely week ahead. RC says, this was what I was allowed to type, right? Zombie, Noah, are you right? Pink Rose, most beautiful place to visit in Oregon. Pink Roses says, what is the most, I would love to. Yeah, of course, my mom. Look what she wrote. I would love to. If you guys wonder where I find my relative ease and comfort being on camera, or my love for attention, look no further than my mom. She is a wonderful spirit, a gift of gab. She loves to talk. She loves to communicate. She understands the power of expression and all that stuff. So we will reach out to her very soon. Pink Roses, most beautiful place to visit in Oregon. I would say somewhere on the Columbia Gorge would have to do it. Oops. At Jesse Viman says, you are so level-headed. You're so level-headed with everything. It's amazing. Been watching from the beginning of this journey, and it has helped me cope with my own health issues in a way. Keep being you, man. Thanks, Jesse. I appreciate that. P.S. Aaron Williams says, don't worry about the negative comments, brother. You're totally fine. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that too. I really do get insecure about the money stuff. No gaslighting. Sincere insecurity. I leave these super chats or these live streams feeling so grateful and so overwhelmed by the generosity, and there's just still a little part of me that just gets so insecure that I'm coming across as rude or insensitive or something, like I'm doing something wrong and I have to work through it in my head. I'm sure other people that kind of found themselves in the online space go through it too. But anyway, I don't want to keep repeating that. It's a sincere issue that I just work through, and I should be so lucky to work through it. It's all good. I want to be liked, but I want to be genuine and all that. So, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. What you just wrote is what I try and parent myself through in the moment when people just express some stuff that they're thinking, which is fair. Looks like we just got another big ass super chat. Jeez. R3 Geckos. Just a little bit more for your, what's an ohana? Is that for my wife? Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, Hana. What does that mean? Ohana is a Hawaiian word that means family. Beautiful. I kind of assumed something thereabouts. Thank you. It's really cool. All right. Let's see. I really appreciate that. We had another super chat from Granados5, $10. Thank you, and 50 from R3 Geckos. So generous, so kind. Thank you. At Granados5 says, your videos literally saved me and gave me hope. I wish you the absolute best, and I hope everything gets better. You deserve it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. John says, Noah, you are an inspiration. I appreciate you. I have followed you for years. I am sending you many thoughts. Thank you, John. Tanya says, hope you're not grifting. Grifting would be if you were faking your illness for sympathy and monetary gain. Ah, well, no. And I'm definitely not faking my illness. But I am hoping to leverage my community for as much support as I can for what's ahead. That part is true. That part is true.
What kind of stupid question is that?
My wife heard me say that. She goes, what kind of stupid question is that? I've been open about this being part of like fundraising, and one person just left a stern kind of nasty comment, and I've talked about it, and some other people are like making sure I understand what grifting means, which is to fake an illness to manipulate people.
So are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh. People are dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there are people who do that, but like, fuck them.
Yeah, for sure.
The people who do that, not the person that.
I understand, baby. I understand. Cheryl says pineapple pizza is delicious. Yes. R3 Geckos. I have not met you, but I comment on almost all of your videos. I live in Hawaii and cannot travel anymore. Well, if there was anywhere, to get stuck, I think Hawaii sounds like a good place to get stuck. I wonder why you can't travel, but you don't have to say. We're going to get my mom on the horn in 5 minutes. Sending love from, you guys will love her if you haven't met her. Sending love from North Wales, UK, keeping you in our prayers. Thank you. Alexandra FR1RZ says, you're not grifting. Thank you. Oh! No! I just got booted. Can someone who's really up to date let me know if you can still hear me? I think you guys probably can. But yeah, if someone would let me know that the audio is still good, I'd really appreciate it. This has happened before, and I think the audio disappeared. I hear you. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Sending love from North Wales, UK, keeping in our prayers. You're not grifting. Thank you, Cheryl. You are very special, sweet Noah. Your wife is beautiful. Thank you. She sure is. Oh, did we get another? Granados. Oh. Yeah. Zombie says, if you love the original, you will love The Way of Water. Awesome. I'll be sure to watch it. Animatic says, acute myeloleukemia, 35, has 2 children, 3 in London, Kennedy, have had many tragedies. Oh, I see. Thank you for sharing. Mark Winston says, I'm still trying to find out if I have cancer, but the doctors aren't checking for the things I asked them to check. For whatever it's worth, if you go to directlabs.com, I'm almost certain you can order any of the labs you might want, maybe a CEA, a CA 19.9, a CA 125. Perhaps just look up common cancer blood markers and see if directlabs.com, you can order them there, and then they can send them to a local participating lab like Quest. Do your homework, but you don't necessarily need a doctor to run these tests. Otherwise, I suppose I'd encourage you to insist on getting these tests. Our geckos, you beat me to the goal. John's Journey, hi Jesse. Our geckos, aloha Jesse, hi Jesse. Wow, hi Jesse, hi Jesse. A bunch of people saying hi. How you doing? Ghost, hey, I remember watching your gastritis videos years ago. I was hit bad, doing better, but not 100%. What's something I can do to add to my protocol? I'm really not sure what would be best for your protocol for your gastritis, but maybe a food elimination diet could be helpful. Okay, guys, I'm going to use the bathroom really fast. Please hold. And I'm going to get my mom on the horn. And I think we'll end our live stream that way. She's bound to make this interesting. That's my mom. Hold on. I gotta go pee. All right. Let's see if we can get my mom on the phone now. I'm back. And, wait. Our gecko says, I cannot travel due to a tumor that caused an accident that shattered my leg and ankle 11 years ago. Correctly, and I can't fly because past the blood clot flight. Oh my God, that's wild. Okay. Artwork says you are strong. My wife has been diagnosed with untreatable breast cancer. Her 2 triple positives. Is this not possible to operate? Wish you the very best. No, I wish you the very best too, art world. How very difficult artwork. How very, very difficult. Okay. Let's get my mom on. All right, let me get this over to the right part of the screen. FaceTime mom. FaceTime. I just tried FaceTiming you. FaceTime me if you would. I'm ready for the world to meet you. All right, let's see if my mom gets this. So for those of you that don't know what's going on, I'm trying to FaceTime my mom. Some very generous people fundraised or donated some money to the channel. And the gift was to spend time with my mom. And so we shall. And so we shall. You answered? Okay. Let me try again. Or just try me, actually, please. She says she answered. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Just trying to get a hold of my mom. Come on, Mom. Where you at? Okay, here we go. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it on my phone. Hey Mom, did you try FaceTiming me or calling me?
I'm here.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I was trying to get this on my computer, Mom, but something tells me because of the live stream, I will have...
That's why, because I kept answering it.
Got it. Okay, it's all right. So I'm just going to turn and have you face the audience. Is that okay?
Oh, sure.
Oh, sure. All right. Here's my mom. All right, we'll run this a little bit different. How you doing, Mom?
Hi, fine. You know I love listening to your live feed. I'm having a lazy Sunday. But when I heard that you might FaceTime me, I ran to the bathroom and put lipstick on.
Oh, did you really? That's cute.
Hi, everybody. I'm delighted to be here with you guys. You don't know what this mama's heart feels like, that so many people love and support my son. He is a special guy. I'm going to tell you a quick little story about Noah when he was little. Yeah. Maybe 2 little quick stories. But one is we were hiking on Multnomah Falls. Noah must have been about 3 or 4. And somebody, I don't know how I must have called Noah to be careful. And some guy coming up the path said, "Oh, are you the guy that built the ark?" And Noah very seriously told him, "No, that was the other guy." So I thought that was funny. The other thing this boy did was at preschool, I got a call from his preschool teacher. I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and there's a song by the Animals called Wild Thing. And he was chasing behind a little girl, pulling her braids, singing, "Wild Thing, you make my heart sing. You make everything groovy." Yeah, that's our Noah. Just quick stories. I'll share with you something that Noah told me when we hit. Noah's always, my sons are all wonderful, the three of them. But Noah's kind of always had my heart. My second son was a gift, and my third son was a pleasure of my older life as a mother. I had him when I was 43. Anyway, he told me when we first heard this, as you can imagine, we were all grief-stricken. And he told me something I'll remember, and I shared with his brothers. He said, "Mama, don't be afraid, and then I won't be afraid." And so I thought, okay, I can be that mama for him. Yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys.
Thank you, Mom.
Okay. Anything else you want me to say or embarrass you about?
Maybe. That was really sweet. Thank you. Let me check the comments and see if there's one more thing you can add that anyone would love to hear from you, and then I'll let you go, and I appreciate you being willing to do this.
You know I would.
All right, hang on one second. Let's see what the comments say real fast. Just gonna put you right. Yeah, I'll put you right here with me. Yeah. So for those of you that have never met my mom, she is the person. Actually, you should. I want them to be able to see you while I'm saying this, but she's the kind of person that you invite to a party if you're worried that the party has the potential to be stale, because my mom can come in and just generate a party atmosphere. If no one wants to talk, she can carry the load. She can start the whole thing. It's an actual gift, because it's one of those things you take for granted until you go to a party where people are struggling, right, to hang out. And my mom's one of those ladies, you're like, just bring her. She will start it herself. It's part of her superpower, I would say. Okay, let's see if there are any comments that you guys. I'm going to check comments real quick. Any last minute questions for my mom before we all say goodbye here and move on? It's been a great live stream. I've really appreciated it. It's been very fun, and having my mom on here makes me feel great. Let's see. You're in my prayers. God bless you all. Beautiful mom. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Hello to Noah's mom. Your mom is beautiful and joyful. Yeah, let's say in the next minute, if anyone leaves a question for my mom, we'll answer it. Otherwise, I'll let her go. And I'll probably just carry on a quick conversation with her, just so people can actually see your face. What are you up to today, Mom?
Well, I have promised myself I was going to drag out the Christmas boxes from the shed and at least leave them by my door. So that and I stitch, and I read. I do needlepoint. And I read, and I have my candle on, my little fireplace on. Then I'm going to watch an old classic movie on Netflix or wherever I can find one.
Nice. Sounds like you have a nice little Sunday. Did you end up going to that holiday bazaar thing yesterday?
I did.
Was it any good?
I did. And, okay, you know how I can't hold things in. I bought, because I know pumpkin pie is your favorite, I bought a homemade pumpkin pie for you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. All right. Well, I don't see any questions here, and but everyone's showering you with love about your wonderful share. It's like people would have thought we planned that. You had stories ready to go. You had something kind to say. I think what we'll do, Mom, is we will plan for a live Q&A and have you be with me. And we'll put out like a week-long advance thing, so people that tune in know it's going to be a mother-son thing, and we can talk about fun things, difficult things, whatever our viewers end up wanting. We'll do it that way.
That'll be awesome.
Okay. Well, I love you. Have a great.
Say bye to everybody.
Yeah. You want to say bye?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful week. And God bless you all. Thank you for your wonderful support of this special boy.
Thank you, Mama. I love you. I'll see you later, okay?
Love you. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. She's wild. All right. I think that's a great place to end this live stream on. Thank you guys for spending time with me. Thank you for all the extra financial support, memberships, but just your time and your prayers and your testimonies and your comments and your encouragement of me. You guys make it easier for me to keep my head high. I like the idea that by sharing my experience with you guys, maybe someone out there doesn't feel quite so alone. That matters to me. And I look forward to doing another live stream probably next Sunday. There's a lot coming up this next week, as I mentioned early in this live stream, but we've been going for almost 2 hours, which is crazy. I've got doctor's appointments, and we'll find out about chemotherapy options. I do believe that surgery options are not on the table right now based on the cancer spreading down into my pelvis, but I'm going to just continue to be encouraged to share my journey and trust that there's value in that and that it's a good thing to do. And then you guys are saving my life each and every day. I've said this many times, and I think it's worth repeating. When I get a little in my head or I get a little stressed out, I go to one of my videos and I read the comment sections, and I just get filled with your guys' strength, and I just get filled with your guys' positivity and your testimonies and your stories and your prayers and things like that. And it's a crazy thing to experience that I wish every cancer patient could experience that. To just be flooded by a community of kind-hearted people who just want to see them succeed. And if that's success in spirit or in body, it's just a really cool thing that many of us don't get enough encouragement, and I really do. So sending love and encouragement to all of you as well. No doubt that some of you are facing your own battles, difficulties, mental health struggles, physical health struggles, things like that I could never even imagine. But I hope you heard something here, felt something here that made you want to come back and see me again. And just know that I sincerely do appreciate you. And God bless you and thank you. And I will see you guys in the next video or at the next live stream or the next post or whatever. Best of luck with whatever you have going on for the rest of your day and in the following weeks. And an extra special shout out to my fellow cancer patients and depression and anxiety survivors and things like that. We can do some extraordinarily hard things amidst great difficulty, and it's important to remember for all of us. So I'll go back and reread these next comments that people have been leaving while I've been saying bye. Yeah, and just know that you made my life better today. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video. And my mom's life better. She's a riot. She had stories queued up, ready to go. She's a performer. All right, bye guys.